Welcome back, everyone, and we're still on set with our awesome guest, Tara Fela Durotoye. I think before we went on the break, we heard a lot of who she is, what she's done, and what she's definitely aspiring to do right now, which is what we're going to get right into. We all know that Tara is definitely one of the makeup moguls in the makeup industry in Nigeria, and she has built her own empire for herself. And right now, her husband is going into politics to run for presidency, and she's going to be playing a huge role in that campaign and in making sure that she's there to support him. Thank you so much, Tara, for all the information you've shared with us. Thank you, Chibuzor, who is also a volunteer for ANN. She's there campaigning and trying to make sure that the new Nigeria emerges. Now, before we went on break, we are talking about the role women play in politics. I said I was going to ask you a question. And now the question I want to say now is, what do you think is the role of women in politics? We all know what you represent. So now, as a woman whose husband is going into politics, what is your role, and what do you think the role of other women are in this regard?
I think my role is inspired by two things. One of them, I'm a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian woman. I have children who are being raised in Nigeria. I'm a businesswoman, so I have a company that's running in Nigeria. I'm a mentor, so I have young women who are looking up to me as a role model. And the question for me is, as much as I love to travel around the world, Nigeria is home. And as a woman, what is my responsibility ensuring?
I like the way you always emphasize that. You emphasize that a lot. Nigeria's home.
Nigeria's home. And what is my responsibility? What can I contribute to ensure that Nigeria is a safer place for my children to be raised?
Right.
How do I ensure that their jobs when they graduate from school? How do I ensure that they get good quality of education? How do I ensure that there's infrastructure and that the inequality in the country is reduced in such a way that my children can be safe? And where they're not going to be looked at by other children as privileged and therefore be hated for being privileged. And these are real concerns as a mother, right? And as a businesswoman, as a mentor, as a role model in Nigeria. The question for me, though, is what can I do to change that? And I think as an individual citizen, my voice needs to be heard. I need to question the government when they are not living up to expectation. I need to participate in governance in terms of going out on the day of election to vote, galvanizing my children, ensuring that my children see the importance of exercising that civic duty as a citizen of the country, ensuring that I identify what am I looking for in a candidate. I have to look for a candidate that has a character that's credible. These are charismatic. These are the things I should be looking for, rather than choosing someone based on a party or based on how popular they are. These are values I need to transfer as a woman. But then the second part, my husband is running for office. And that is a reality that I have come to embrace. Do I think it's important? I think it's important. I think somebody needs to step up to represent us. Us meaning those of us who are ordinary Nigerians who feel that the country should have been better than it is, but are no longer interested in just talking, criticizing, but then actually putting action to what we're saying. So this is the bedrock, or what is behind my decision to then participate. One, as a woman, that's a Nigerian that wants a country that's better, and then as a wife of a candidate, is support my husband. That's my responsibility as a spouse. That what's the aspiration of your spouse? The same way he supported me over the years. And the last 20 years that I've run my business, he's been right behind me, helping me dream bigger than I've been dreaming. And now he has an aspiration that I also believe in. But as a spouse, I need that responsibility to not just agree with him, but also to support him.
Right. So, wow. I just feel like keeping quiet, just relaxing and just, listening to you. And I'm going to come back to you, but I'm going to ask Chibuzo what she thinks about the role of women as well in politics, and especially in the diaspora, because that's where we are.
Yeah.
So what can we do? What's our role?
Role of women.
Wow, our role is huge. I think one of the biggest plus that we have in diaspora is that a lot of us are enlightened, and we have a lot of experience on how the world works outside of Nigeria. and the benefits that many of us have enjoyed being here. Women here, for example, you have children, you get benefits for having children. You get, even if you're not if you're not working for a period of time and you're taking time out of work, you're supported. Your children are supported. You've got good schools for your children. You've got good health care, which is absolutely important for a woman giving birth and all of that. So we've experienced a lot, and I think we have a responsibility to Nigeria, actually to Nigerian women, young women, and women in Nigeria in general, who at the moment may not be able to access the kind of quality education, quality healthcare that we enjoy now. So I think that our role is really to enlighten people, to
How can we do that?
To tell them
Practically.
Exactly. Tell them about what they can get by voting the right person. I think we can just sit down and say, okay, we shouldn't get involved, but we really should get involved, because as women, we should be encouraging young women in Nigeria who have gone out to get their PVC.
What if we don't know any young women in Nigeria?
Well, we have a voice. We have a voice. We need to find a way of making our voice heard. I think that's one key thing. Or getting involved in a political campaign, or getting involved
just like
or even charities. So many things that we can get involved in. But I think our main focus should be around what can we do for Nigeria.
I want you to tell us something that's going to say, what, women, this is what we're going to do. We're in diaspora here.
Yes.
And this is what we need to get involved in to do.
Absolutely.
To make sure we're part of this.
We need to get information about the candidates that are running. So I'm going to talk about the candidate is running that I know can make a lot of change in the lives of women and children.
You're going to speak about your candidate.
I would say get involved in Alliance for New Nigeria, get involved in supporting Fela Durotoye, get involved in speaking to people about him. But apart from that, really sort of taking upon yourself to encourage other people to do the same. Because there is so much that we can bring, so much knowledge that we can give to people, even just talking about general things about, your lives can be better if you vote the right person.
There are people who haven't even come to Nigeria, so for example, there's a young man out there who's not Nigerian, okay, but he's volunteered. He's an African.
Wait a minute, he's never been to Nigeria.
He's not Nigerian.
He's not Nigerian,
Yes,
and he's never lived in Nigeria. And there are many people who are volunteers on the campaign who've never been to Nigeria, and some of them are meeting for the first time while I'm here.
Yeah, wow.
And why is that? What's the motivation?
They're motivated because they know that Nigeria is their country, and they cannot leave. For the first time, we're going to have the quality of options that we've never had in the history of Nigeria. Fela is going to be the youngest among the top five candidates. He's going to be the youngest, right, in terms of age. When he was born was when he was as a teenager, was when Buhari was first president of Nigeria. Right? And then he's now a full-grown adult, and then Buhari wants to be president again. It's going to be the first time we're going to have a consultant, not a professional politician, who's a consultant, gone to Harvard, gone to University of Ife, and grown through the ranks to decide that I'm from the outside, but I'm going to come into the space to make a difference.
I applaud so much, because
courage.
Yeah, yes. I applaud the courage so much, because questions like, okay, why didn't he get into the career first as a politician to learn the ropes? I wondered. I also wondered, why didn't he go for a smaller role like a governor first?
Have you changed your mind about that?
Start something.
Well,
or are you so concerned about it? Do you want me to respond?
I wouldn't say I'm still concerned, because I've constantly used the word I'm inspired. Yeah, because you have addressed that already. We have all sat down and said, okay, we'll just carry on with our lives. We're doing well the way it is. But we are not just doing well the way it is because we need the government, which you have already addressed. So I can't say I am still concerned.
But it might be good to just hear your views.
So I also think that when we look at professional politicians currently in Nigeria, that route is not inspirational to someone like me.
That's very
I don't want to be like Buhari. I don't want to be like Atiku. I don't want to be like Obasanjo. I want to be Tara, and I want to bring the values that I brought to building House of Tara into governance. And Fela wants to be Fela. He wants to bring the values that he learned on his own on the journey of running a consulting firm, and all the social impact work that is based on a heart for the people as opposed to power or position. So he didn't have any position when he did Project Rates. He didn't have any position when he did Mushin Makeover. But the heart to serve the people, the heart to remove the inequality where life is better for you because you have money and will be worse for you because you do not. And for him, he wants a country where there's opportunities for all.
Do you ever worry about the overpowering nature of those who are in the existing party, and the parties that have been existing before ANN?
So
I'm sure you know what I'm asking.
Of course.
But do you ever, ponder about this? Of course, I'm sure you do.
Yes.
That's not the way to ask that question.
Yes.
But what are your concerns?
So I look back again at building a business in Nigeria, in a country where things don't work. You're constantly fighting against the tide. What we're doing is not new to us. We've always fought against tides. I built a business.
In fact, we've mastered fighting against the tide.
Which has now become a problem because it's not a limitation.
Yeah.
And therefore, as a people, we do not care anymore as long as our generators are working. And forgetting that this generator that you are using, the fumes is causing cancer.
Yeah. Do they even know
We're
that?
not thinking about that. We're not.
Okay, so you've said a lot, but we can't talk about everything in one episode. So we'll like our viewers to stay tuned for the next one next week. Thank you so much, Tara, for being here with us.
Thank you, Tara.
I know we'll chat a lot behind camera because you have a lot to say and you're full of fire, and it's amazing. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tara. Look at me smile. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
She was
everyone.
always
See you
very
next time.
sweet.
Bye-bye.
Bye.